Greetings and welcome to Factorio. I'm Dgray and today we continue our entry level to Megabase, where we are gonna start something very exciting. So the last few episodes we have been building up a bit of power. Hopefully we have enough to supply. We're at about 26 gigawatts of power and 2 terajoules of buffered power. So from now on I want to let power run or research run constantly, something like that, and see if we can get a ton of research done. Let's just get this one out of the way. It's quite cheap, that's why I'm doing it for now, just to get a bit more speed, but then we'll start to do a more of the robot worker cargo size, and then maybe some productivity afterwards. That way we'll start to increase how much we can throughput in our factory, and we'll start to expand out what we need to get it to run constantly. So firstly, let's just go and look at a few of our science setups, because there is one thing I would like to fix while we still look at it. One of the things is pretty much just upgrade everything to blue belts, in case this can't keep up in the future. I think there is a chance that will be the case, so let's do that. And over here we already upgraded, but that should fix our green for the future. Just get a ton of things through. Other than that, we'll have to manage what we are gonna need and pretty much just expand out. Know that we'll need a lot more of these, a lot more red and green. So let's just get a bit of that set up. It's not needed yet, but yeah, let's just get it down, because I know we will need millions upon millions of green circuits, and the same with the red. Let's just place 2 of these down just to get something built while the base is working. There we are. That'll also start off our module construction, and as soon as this science is completely up and running, we'll see where we'll start to lag things and how our power will handle this. Yeah, other than that, things are looking quite good, and we'll just have to keep an eye on it. One thing I do want to make though is upgrade the last few things we need to produce about 4K of every science, and that could be something we should do this episode and just watch what part starts to lag. So in terms of reds, we'll need to do this one times 2. So let's just add in a second one to get things running, or let's just wait a little bit to make sure we have enough what's it called, productivity modules for it to run. This is running full speed, keeping us buffed with it, so that's actually quite good, and hopefully it can go for a long while. How are these looking? Let's just mark them on the map. Green circuits. Luckily we have more than enough production going in, so it should be quite easy to do. Green, add in, do we do 2 red? That's going to be a bit overkill, but yeah, we'll fix that in a little bit. The stone is just slowly chucking away, and that is fine. While the thing's getting up and running, let's just expand out a few things over here until we can see our bottlenecks, getting all of this hooked up to our robotic network, so when we start to fly over and get resource from here, they don't have are not missing charging points, that is. So right now we are probably consuming 1.4 science, 1.4, 1.5. That is exactly what we want to see when we have 2 of these running. So that means that our ratios are somewhat correct, especially in terms of what it's consuming. To get to 1.4, we are producing that in every cell except our science, or space science that is. We could add in a few more. 800. So if we fill up down to here, we should have enough to do 1.4, 1.5, or we can just fill in the rest of these. So what I want to get is pretty much, let's do 8, so pretty much doubling this. So these two plus that should get us everything we need, and then we just see how much our system is gonna lack this. Let's just check our modules to be sure. We are still a bit at a surplus. We'll probably go down quite quickly over here. But there, I just want to see them all filled in before we do a science one, to make sure we doesn't strain our network too much. Also, fun fact that I noticed while planning out this base, if you see our UPS, if I turn on logistic network, it will go down. The same if I turn on electric network. That'll also kill our UPS, but only in the map view. So that's why I'm keeping it off for now, because yeah, it's insane how much that affects performance. As you can see, robots are going all over the world to gather in resources. Looks brilliant, and I'm quite happy with it. So let's see here. Something is lacking. This can output faster. Oh, and one thing I actually want to change here. Right now we have it doing this, but in theory we can just move it one to the right and do direct insertion. So let's just fix that. I think that is so stupid that we don't have it this way, because we can easily keep up with the rest. So let's do that for now. You can just jump to here, and let's see, we'll need to make you move over one more as well. Don't know if we can do it like this without doing something stupid. Oh, let's just wait a second. Get all this removed so we can see what we have to work with. Yeah, we'll need to get you moved to... I'll take this part and jump it in right there. Then we can move those two. We can move that. This we can move. And then things should still be running correctly. So here and here, direct insertion. A bit of power. And we could add in productivity to save a bit of resources, but yeah, let's just wait a second with that. You can go away. You'll just go directly in. That should mean you'll produce a lot faster now. And let's just get all of this shenanigans out of my inventory. Yeah, you can go away. You can go away. Anything else I don't want, we can actually take the landfill out completely. Not really needed anymore. And clean up some of this. You can go away as well. Or at least some of it can go away. Belts. Just to keep only the necessary things. Just to clean it up a small amount. Wait, would you? Wow, I have a ton of those when we upgraded the things around the base. But other than that, I think our inventory is looking nice and clean. Could just get a few belts in. Oh, not belts, sorry, pipes. Just to have some in case we want to build something anywhere. But it does look like this is running as intended now. We just need a second output in this one. That's what I was talking about before. To make sure we get one full belt out. I think we'll be able to do it like that. That seems to be a full belt outputting. And that should mean that all of these can run without that big of an issue. Hopefully we can supply everything we need, but we will monitor it as we go towards the end. As you can see, it is right on the edge. And we need at least more of this flying. So that means we'll need a little buffer chest in case we take it far away. pretty much just taking in, let's take a few thousand steel. We should be easily able to transport it. Do the same with a bit of green circuits. Just give us like 1,000 of you, just to buffer a bit. And make sure the robots don't have to travel that far getting it. Requester. You are outputting, you are not getting it in fast enough. But it should be somewhat the same ratio. This might just be touching more things. What if we didn't give it productivity? Will that give us what we need for it to produce a bit faster? Let's see. Now it is getting them even quicker with productivity. And it's going over here fast enough. Now we just need the iron in for it to continue. And that seems to be the issue with this part. So here and here, just to get a bit more input in. Because running out of that is a stupid way for it slowing down. Though we are backing up as it is right now. But then again, this is producing a bit more than we are consuming. 1.6. We're only consuming about 1.4. So this should easily be able to keep up as is. Over here we have 1.7 as well. 1.7 here. So we should be able to get this to run as soon as we add in the last robots to get, or last rockets to get above 1k science per minute constantly. What was I checking? Can't remember. Probably not that important. Oh yeah, our modules. That's what I was checking. We still have a bit of surplus of that. None is being requested anymore. So let's expand out this one to get to 1.6. All of it is running. How many do we need to place down one? We'll need 142. So we should be able to almost fill them all up. If not all of it, with what we have in storage. We have 400. So we can do 3, maybe 4. But let's just do this for now. Take you. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2. I have to get these away. They are in the way. Let's take this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just get it up and running. To get to 1.6k science per minute as soon as this is all running. Resource-wise, it's still looking quite good. We have a nice surplus. Nothing is running out yet. But then again, the whole base is not running yet. Power-wise, also looking more than good, as long as we don't activate our solar crafting area up here. So right now we're just expanding out science and seeing what gives first. First though, modules. Oh, this is trying to go this way. That is just because things, but that should not be an issue in a little while when everything has been placed down. How about over here? Nowhere we are seriously blocked. No, this is not that bad. So in all, the base is running quite good in terms of getting robots across the map. Because we have enough charging ports here and there. So, oh yeah, we're missing this one over here. Let's just copy it to be sure we do it the correct way and get the correct setup. There we are. In case we're missing something else than just a rocket launcher. So let's mark it. And then it's gonna kick off quite fast now that we have all of this running. So that's 1.6. This is 1.4. 1.8, 2.4, 2.4, 1.6. So this one is going to be what's going to be lacking in the future. But yeah, we can easily expand it out with about, what is it, 7, 6 of these we need for it to run perfectly. Probably need 6 of them, just going out this way. So that is not too bad. Rocket launch wise, we are almost over nearing the 400. We have rockets going off here and there at a very, very nice pace. Look at them. Oh, this is awesome. I want to just keep them a long line here so I can run down and watch. But yeah, everything is running as intended. A few modules are missing, but yeah, they are being produced, so it shouldn't take that long before they're filled in. Oh, look at all the rocket launches. That is bloody brilliant. Power-wise, no worries at all. So this is gonna be like our rocket launch area. Just have to watch the amount of robots flying in. So far we don't have any buffering in any of these cells. That might become an issue, but oh, we do have buffering, never mind, so it should become an issue. So yeah, as long as we can supply what we need, we are good. Guessing our blue circuits might be one of the things that'll start to lack very, very soon. Seems to be the case already since we are making modules as well. So that's something we'll have to keep an eye on. Kind of want to move them to another lane to have everything separated. I think that could be quite cool to see. So what if we just... Oh, we have this here as well. Could probably remove it. Landfill this in and just move it out to its own cell. Let's just do that to make it look a bit prettier. There we are. Please cover all of this, little robots. And then we'll try to do a bit of some kind of structure at least. Not that I know if it's a good or bad idea to do. 25 more to get this completely filled. I can probably help with getting them into the rocket silo at least, so we don't waste any resources that way. Yeah. So while all this is running, let's start to plan out what we need going forward. Next episode, not ending the episode, don't worry, but next episode we'll probably try to get down the rest of these, but I don't want to expand them out before we had the modules to support it. And it is running as fast as it can to supply them, but yeah, it will still take a bit of time for it to buffer up, especially since our blues are gonna run out at some point. Still 1.2, but our production wise, if we look at blue circuits, 1.9 per minute, consuming 2.3. So that means we most definitely have to expand out this. And to be honest, let's just take this one. Oh wait, we can't do that. We don't have any modules ready. So we'll just wait. It's all about the modules. And I don't want to do that too quickly. Let's just remove these. We'll just put in beacons later. No need for them to consume power, that is. Holy moly, our power. That took quite a lot out of it. But then again, we did have more than enough to get through the night. So we'll just see when we get through one more night how it's looking. But then again, oh, petroleum gas is starting to lack. This is not lacking anything, it's just the rate we're producing it at is not quick enough. Oh, and light oil is being consumed so fast we're not cracking anything. That should mean all of this is running full speed. That's nice to see. meaning our setup is actually doing exactly what it should. That seems we might have to expand this out as well very, very soon. Ooh, I'm noticing this that this doesn't have anything. Though we should probably dismantle this one and build something new instead. Because it's not that good of a setup, and it actually have pipes coming from out here, which is not optimal. So we're consuming out to about this edge now. We still have iron out here. We still have copper patches way further out. Oil is still not being consumed everywhere. We still have these buffering up here. And over here we still have a bit as well we can start to tap. So let's just tap this little one. Shouldn't take that long just to get things moving over here. Out here we can tap this one. We can tap these two just to get things going. And while we're doing that, monitor our power. 25.8 gigawatts of power. That is quite a lot. But most definitely necessary for what we need. So let's remove this part and that part, and here it comes in, or minus. Right, that should be correct. It is correct, and then we can continue you over this way. There we are. And to consume everything except what we have in here in a small area. Stone wise, I think we are producing enough. So let's not worry about that for a little while. So let's get some more infrastructure down to support the base. Let's see here. All the way to that. That should do that. And here is another one we'll have to cover. Of course, removing a bit of trees, so we can see what's going on. And to be honest, this way around should be enough, and we can remove most of the things we have right here. The power is still going another way around. And then get down everything we need. Right here, and this way as well. There we are. So another little patch covered. Because of the closeness to the base, I'm guessing robots will start to go here very, very soon. So that's why we'll have to get our infrastructure up as fast as we can. But let's see here. Please grab this part as well. Just increasing out will be good. Then we also have 3.4 million up here that we can use. In terms of robots in the air, we have about 53,000 robots in the air, and that is supplying the base with most of what it needs. Load density structures are going completely to shite, so that means that this production can't really keep up at the moment. Probably supplying to these, but I don't really understand why it can't keep up. But it is definitely something we'll have to keep an eye on, because I think it's the only thing that's lacking. It is running full speed, so it is pretty much just how long it takes to produce that we will have to expand out. Haven't done the math yet on how much we need in terms of low density structures, but yeah, it should be good. These are running, should be able to keep up. Can have productivity just, that is correct, but we can to these two. Yeah, that is running more than fast enough. What's up with you? You're just insanely slow. That is the only thing, and we do have buffering in here. to supply the thing we need. Could probably expand it out a small amount because you are lacking a bit. Let's get 2k in here at a time, just to make it a bit better. Wow, power is going strong. Modules, only 91. This one will need, if we do it, 192. So we'll wait a bit before we expand this one out. To be honest, we could start to buffer a bit more circuits right here. Don't know if we want to produce more, but what if we double how much we store? Just so we may actually start to expand the base out. We don't have to wait for them to be produced. And we can do it rather slowly. Missing lamps. Yeah, how many lamps do we even have? It's been a while since I checked that. Oh, we're close to 100k lamps, guys. Consuming pretty much half a gigawatt of power. Well, that is insane. Do they consume more power than all our miners? They do. That's funny. That is rather good. So now all this is working. Let's just expand out some landfill. There we are. All the way across. That will slowly get built as this gets set up. It's going to get placed down. And even the first one is still at 4 million. So, wow, we are consuming in a lot of things. So yeah, petroleum processing units is what we have to look at to continue. Did load into structure keep up again? Oh, it's probably just struggling to keep it going. Because I couldn't imagine that it's moving any faster right now. Though we did get in more copper, but that might have been the main reason what was holding us back, just not enough copper flying in. But it seems to be running rather smooth right now. Our research is going, we are consuming still the same, 1.4, 1.5. Oh, I can't hit them all. Can it? Oh, it's like a whack-a-mole doing this. Oh, no. Do it 10 minutes, it's probably be easier to... No. They're just producing at the same speed, but look at that. Very, very consistent. Looking very, very good. This is just making landfill that will sort itself out very soon. And robot-wise, to keep this running, it's actually not that bad. Only about 50k. And as a worker robot cargo size builds up, we will save a small amount more, but since we are at 10 plus 1, 11, we only get about an 8% increase right now for the next one. Or 8 to 10% increase. Somewhere along that line. So that is quite good. But yeah, power runs through the night. Stops at about 410 gigajoules of power. So that's about 20 seconds more of production, I think, if we're running full ham. Yeah, we use about 16, so that's about half a minute more we can run at night before we run into issues. So I think this is a somewhat good stopping point. These all running at varying rates. Are they missing anything to work? Yeah, blue circuits is what's holding us back at the moment. So that is one of the things we will start to expand next episode. Getting this thing moved over to its own lane and then just start to stamp him down as we'll need a lot more than what we're producing right now. So yeah, do comment what you think about the base at the moment. I think it's awesome watching all of this just run. producing science and rockets galore. So here comes a rocket here in a second, and the rest are getting rather close. Can we end on a triple launch? Probably not, but we can end on a doubles launch. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll give me a like and a subscribe and continue to follow along. That will mean the world to me. And yeah, then I will see you in the next episode, guys. Bye.